Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Next Week Now, your number one source for the hot brews in the Curiosity format. I'm your host, Trachy, and joining me is our wonderful co-host, Jayfish. Jayfish, how are you doing today?
I am doing perfect.
Oh, okay. And for those of you who do not know what Curiosity is, even though we're on week 8 of Brothers War Curiosity, or week 8, week 6 of Brother Wars Curiosity, Curiosity is a 40 card format using only cards from the most recent standard legal set, which in this case is Brothers War. The format is a bit of a mix between limited and constructed, in that even though you get to choose what cards are in your deck, we do have rarity restrictions designed to mimic what your decks would be like in a limited format. The restrictions are you may only have 2 max of rares slash mythics with only a singleton copy of each. For uncommons, you can only have 6 max uncommons in your main board with 2 max of each uncommon. Commons, you can have as many commons as you want, but you can only have 3 max of of a common. 8 card sideboard, and the rarity restrictions still have to apply after you're done with sideboarding. And yeah, there's Curiosity. It's a lot of fun. Every Saturday, well, most every Saturday, we sometimes take breaks. We do events at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Come join us. It's a lot of fun, a welcoming community. Plus, entry into the event also comes with an entry into the raffle that happens at the end of the season. If you win the raffle, you can win a fat pack of Phyrexia All Will Be One. Very exciting set. So come join us. You can also win gems if you place top 4 as well. Well, and who doesn't like gems? Anyways, great format. Yeah. So, let's get on to the meat of the video, which is this week's deck. Today, we are showcasing red-green aggro. Now, we've seen the red-green list, well, a red-green list pop up before in our videos, right, Jayfish? You've played some of Squealer's red-green lists, right?
Yes, Squealer earlier played a red-green ramp style list that was really fun for a couple of weeks.
And then Wormcoil got banned. Yeah. So, my list is more of an aggressive list. And I have to say, it didn't go so well. It went 1 and 2. But I made some changes to the list. Mainly, I took out the Citadel Stalwarts and replaced them with Argothian Sprites, which are a much better aggro card than just 1/1 for 1. And I changed up the sideboard bit as well. Added a couple of shoot downs, changed the rare to Titania's Command. But yeah. So we'll see if it performs better in this case. But yeah, aggressive list. It's got your 2 drops, your Argothian Sprites, good aggressive card that could scale into the late game. Scrapwork Mutt, just fantastic card. Like, I'm never unhappy to see Scrapwork Mutt. Argothian Opportunist, just 3/2 comes with the Power Stone, so you can help ramp up into these Boulder Branch Golems at the full 7 cost. like, you're fine playing Boulder Branch Golem as just a 3/3 for 4 that gains you 3 life. That's perfectly fine. But if you can end up getting 6 life off of it, ooh, now you're cooking. Arbalest Engineers, a very flexible card. Like, at minimum, it's a 3/3 for 3 with temporary trample and haste. But the deal 1 damage to any target tends to be the main mode I used. Good for shooting down things like the 1/1 flyer, that like it mills 3, and then you can get back something with converted mana cost 3 or less, or planes. But yeah, very flexible card. And then for spells, we got Audacity. It can make your cards into a very strong aggressive threat. Singleton copy of Gaia's Gift with more in the sideboard. Good to protect your creatures. And, just having a single combat trick in your deck can mean that your opponent's just going to be like, do they have their 1 combat trick in hand? Do I have to play around this? Removal with Excavation, Explosion, and Obliterating Bolts. And then for rares and mythics, we got Simian Simulacrum, which is basically 6/5 worth of stats. Pretty good. And then Draconic Destiny. Interesting card. Turns anything into a game-winning flying threat. However, there are some matchups, such as ones where your opponent's playing Exile Removal or Bounce, where it's not as good, in which case you bring in Titania's Command from the sideboard. Obstinate Balos for the matchups where you want life gain. Generally take out Audacity for that. Rust Goliath for matchups against lots of flyers. And then Shoot Down just when you have like those big artifacts or creatures with flying you want to remove. Anyways, there's the deck. We'll see if it performs better, and let us get started with the challenges. Okay.
And on my end, we will be starting off with Bird of Prey Soldier list.
Yep. Classic list. We've seen it
Surprisingly,
many times.
Yes, it's surprising it made up the bronze deck though. Usually gets a bit higher than that.
Yeah, I mean, it was still a 2-1, right? Like, we only had 1 3-0 this week, so
Maybe I didn't look at the numbers.
I can keep this. Okay. Yeah, although with the soldiers list, we did have to make a change, right?
Yes, a soldier card got banned, not in the soldiers deck.
That's right, yeah. A bit surprising on that front, but let's see. Yeah, what got banned, by the way? Jayfish?
Yeah, sorry.
What ended up getting banned?
Oh, yes, Sky Strike Officer got banned because it was in a very spicy deck you'll be seeing later on.
Yeah. Yes, Sky Strike Officer being banned comes as no surprise to those of us who have been playing Curiosity, or for those of you who have been following our videos, right? We've mentioned this card many times before. Let's see. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. Does this list play mainboard disenchants?
It does, and it plays 2 different arts.
Now, was that them doing that, or was that you just not having enough copies of like one of the disenchants?
That was all them. I'm not getting blamed on that one.
Okay. You gonna use your Lauren's escape? No, he's not. Which indicates that he might have recommission in hand.
So indicates I might just have something better in hand.
That you want to protect. Yes, makes sense. Makes total sense. I think at this point, though, we go more aggressive. Ooh, Mural. Yeah, that's what we ended up replacing Sky Strike with. You have both your rares out. It's very unfortunate for me.
Sometimes people just draw their rares, and also a very busted common.
Yeah, it'd be fine if you didn't have Lauren's escape, but now I can't really attack. So. Ah, no. And Yoshin's Tactician. Ugh, this board is becoming completely unmanageable. I think I just lose, honestly. Like, there's nothing I could do. You have Lauren's escape. You got an army of 2/2s. Like, how is this fair? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can't win.
I'd just like to let the odds know there was another escape on the top of my deck.
Oh, God. Yeah, Lauren's escape. Like, I love those kinds of cards, but now I hate them because I played Soldiers week 1, right? So, and due to the way I work, like, I'm not going to play the same deck again throughout the season, so I don't get to play Lauren's Escape anymore. But everybody else does, and it's so good. This out at this. This out at this. These out at this. No. Okay. But yeah, Skystrike Officer. Like that card was easily the best rare in the soldiers list, but like the deck is still really good even without it. So, like Mural is a really good card.
Speaking of a really good card that's still around, Recruitment Officer did not catch a ban this week.
Yeah, it still has 2 weeks to go though, and if it's in even just one of the winning deck lists for that week, for one of those weeks, then it is out of here. Which I still don't think will keep soldiers down. Probably just replace it with what, like Yoshin Frontliner or something.
Yeah, there are plenty of alternatives for soldiers. I will say a Recruitment Officer hit would be pretty bad for white-black, though.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, a Recruitment Officer shows up in a lot of other white... not just a lot of other white decks, it basically shows up in every white deck.
Apparently, I got the wrong dog pet when I was putting this deck together. I wanted it to be the soldier dog.
Come on, play your Lawrence Escape.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm fine with making you use it on a Recruitment Officer. Yoshin Tactician, though, is a really good card. Technically, Yoshin Tactician is also a possibility to be banned, but it requires soldiers to be the winning deck list for both of the weeks for that to happen, so... Okay, let's see your things. Ah, I get to attack with a 4/4. Nice. These Argothian sprites are just basically 2/2s, since the soldiers list doesn't run any art. Oh no. Well, there goes any chances I have of winning. Yeah. Soldiers is very strong.
Now it's just a matter of finding like my rail and also Lawrence Escape.
Well, I have 30 life, so I've got a lot of room to work with, at least. Maybe Recruitment Officer can put Mural on the bottom as well. Zephyr Sentinel, it's basically like Lawrence Escape. It undoes your Siege Veteran stuff, but like still. It means removal is completely ineffective. I'll attack with Boulder Branch. Disenchant. Okay. I like also how it's the Zendikar like Rising disenchant art, which is probably the worst of the disenchant arts. Like the disenchant art for no, that's rude. I'm already losing. You don't need to counter my stuff as well.
And I'll just make a really big survivor coalesce, and then something will happen.
Six Baylock. Yeah. Oh no.
Now we're cooking.
Oh god. Well, I'm here, slowly dying. Oh god. Yeah, Mural, like, replacing Sky Strike Officer does not change how strong the deck is. Oh god. Yeah.
I also think I misplayed the quite a bit. If you could see what's in my hand.
It doesn't matter. I'm conceding. There's no point dragging this out. Let's not make a boring video where I'm like killed in 3 turns by Zephyr Sentinels. Soldiers. Okay, then. Let's see what we got next. Jayfish, how did you lose?
Look, I don't mean to hype it up too much, but the next list is gonna be crazy.
Oh wait, also you weren't on soldiers. Bird of Prey, how did you lose?
It was just way too fast for my draw 2 deck, which is what I'm playing now to compete with.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was basically the blue-red list, which we mentioned in the week 2 video that blue-red seems to be the fastest of the lists. And yeah, blue-black is pretty slow. It's a good list against the soldiers list, but there are more aggressive lists that can achieve victory over it. Okay, thankfully I have Excavation Explosion in hand, so... Four mana open, huh? Let me get a reminder for what's in your list. Oh, that's right, you made changes, didn't you?
Yeah, I made a few changes since this list was last seen. I really did not like, what's his name, the Evangel of something something.
Yeah, Evangel of Synthesis.
Yeah, I just don't think it does I just don't think it's all that good. It's just like a guy, and like there were
It's
so many just other
it's
guys
like
you could play.
it's
So,
just
yeah,
like
I
a
added
guy.
I added the Mightstone animation engine you were really big on early in the season.
Yeah, I mean it's still a good card. Hmm.
I will say something I believe Squealer pointed out that I kind of agree with looking at it now. Gix is probably not even the best rare for this deck. It probably should be Blade Coil Serpent.
Hmm. Interesting. What have you got in that hat? Oh, okay. Interesting. Click, 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 and click.
It is a lot of that.
I remember the old Duels of the Planeswalker games. They had such a better way of doing fire breathing, where like you could like put in any amount of mana. Like, sure, if your opponent's not tapped out, it's worse to do it that way. But like, if they are tapped out, then it's so much better.
Let's do. I'm not doing math here because I'm not the math guy. That's you. You're the math guy.
What's the math?
Am I dead on the crackback?
Can I deal 15 damage? No. No. How much damage can I deal, though? 5, 8. I mean, it was it was close, actually, now that we look at it. Yeah.
Because you got 12 power if you put all your mana into it. 14.
Yep. Yeah, we'll just deal 7 to you and then play another Boulder Branch. Main thing you're looking for is a remorse, so you can deal with that opportunist. Well, not so much the opportunist as the draconic destiny.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's the power of draconic destiny for you. Okay. Let's see. I need to take a closer look at your list since, as we said, you made some changes to it. Surprisingly few creatures in your deck. Like, if we count Mightstone's animation, that's still just 10. Let's see. These aren't as good here, nor are these. Honestly, maybe I should just take Audacity out of the deck. I don't know. What are your thoughts on
it? It gives +2/+0, and does it give a keyword?
Yeah, it gets trample, and then when it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you draw a card.
Yeah, no, that's worth keeping, because you want that trample on your big guys. So I can't just chump block them.
Yeah, fair enough. This matchup's not really.
As you mentioned, I don't really have that many creatures to chump block, but like the soldiers deck.
Right. Mm-hmm. Do I run it like this? I think this is pretty solid. Let's see. No, I'd probably still play at least one copy of this. Yeah. Okay. This seems right. I say with 4 seconds left. No. I got Draconic Destiny in hand, but I have no creatures in that other in the hand I shipped out. This hand's keepable though. Still with the bad Evolving Wilds art. You know what I'm hyped for though? Sorry, what was that?
I was just gonna say they haven't put that one that was on like a the tropical island Evolving Wilds that used to be part of an old event on sale ever.
The Bob Ross one?
Maybe that's what it was. I thought it was just like from like I don't know. I thought it was from something else, but it might have been on Bob Ross Secret Lair.
Yeah, I think it was that one that had a cool looking Evolving Wilds art.
But anyway. I believe you were about to mention Terramorphic Expanse.
Yeah, we got Terramorphic Expanse next set. It's so exciting. By which I mean it's exactly like Evolving Wilds. Like, exactly. But, still, we haven't seen Terramorphic Expanse in Standard since, what? Time Spiral or something? Well,
yeah, it was definitely an old one.
I removed Gix. You got to draw a card off it though, so. Also means your Thopter mechanic is safe from that obliterating bolt. Let's go ahead and slam down an Obstinate Aloth. Back in the day, this card used to be a rare, and actually a very highly sought after rare as well.
Speaking of piping things up, I was going over the list earlier. I don't have the guy. I don't have a Thanos. I don't have the rare wild cards, so who knows if I'll end up playing Beast or not.
Oh no. For those of you not in the know, Jayfish has been hyping up the Thanos Beast list for a while. Perhaps he can finally provide a justification for why that card is even in the set and not at like one of their commander cards.
You can get 2 obstinate Baylofts that won't gain you life because you're also playing Cinder Maul.
Let's gain some life.
I don't think this does anything if I do it.
No, it won't stop me from gaining the life, but
I'm still gonna do it.
Right, I mean it's a 6/5. Like, of course you're gonna remove it. Let's take the flyer out of the way. Let's play Simeon. I have fun. Wait, you're blocking with both of them? Interesting. So you're not going to sacrifice them. Very unexpected. But then again, is it really unexpected? I know how much you like using Moment of Defiance on your combat couriers.
Hey, who has board presence here and who doesn't?
Me? Nobody? Nobody has board.
He was there when I said it. Look, he's back.
Most temporary board presences. Hey, we're both at 20 life. Let's go. It's like nothing has happened. Actually, wait a second. I have more board presence than you. I got a Power Stone.
Yeah, but I ramped out more lands.
That is true. You do have more mana.
These do be some turns.
They do. There we go. No, I'm not activating the ability. Let's see, how much mana do I have? 9, 10? Yeah, 1. Got it. Interesting. And your list does not mean one disfigure. You might have cited them in, though. Yeah, okay. Well, let's make you use 2 of them on it.
Yeah, okay.
He lives. Or she lives. She? I don't know.
I really don't love to see that, but
No, that is a bit surprising, but I mean, it makes sense. Ish. Plus, now you know I have no guys' gifts left as an option, so. Let's go with opportunist. I definitely need that extra power stone. You got one more remorse and one more moment of defiance in your deck. I'll risk it. Okay. Plus that put a scrapwork mud in my graveyard, which I'm happy about. Discard my land. Swing for 5 and play opportunist. Okay, the main thing I have to worry about is Gix's command, I think. Although you probably have Mightstone's animation in hand. And they're going to put that on the Thopter. Just a moment of defiance. Interesting. You sure do love using that on 1/1s.
I think I just need the broom right now.
Power Stone? Yeah, okay.
It's not the most life, but my deck's so low, I don't really think I have to worry about my life total all that much.
Oh my god, you have 3 cards left in your deck.
Anyways, now we're going to Gix's command.
Let's see if the Devil Trench Stalkers can do it for you. Oh, good. Scrapwork Mutt. That wasn't a sarcastic oh good, by the way. Like, Scrapwork Mutt was very much needed.
Yep.
You got the remorse? You got the remorse. Very unfortunate for me. It's probably going to result in game. bring us to game 3, actually.
No, because I'll let you know the last 2 cards in my deck were like Wellsprings.
Ah, so you won't be able to kill me then.
Yeah, no. What I can do is well, never mind the funny thing I was gonna do.
What?
Just counter it and then play another one.
Oh yeah, you forgot to set your stop, huh? Like,
Yeah,
counter it?
had anything cool there to counter my own spell.
How would you counter it?
I brought in 1 scatter ray, but in
Oh, okay.
hindsight, I think that was a good idea.
Yeah, we had way too much mana in that match. Anyways, good game there. If not for the fact you decked out, you probably would have won that. Anyways, let's go to this hyped up deck we've been talking about. And we can also talk about the changes that were forced to be made.
Yes, this is Ned Bob's. I guess we really should ask him what he wanted to call this. Is it like artifact aggro? Is it?
I think Jeskai Artifact Aggro would work, but it's no longer Jeskai.
Yeah, you could say it. Yeah, some kind of pun about is it there? I don't know. Let the audience work it out for themselves.
Good going, Jayfish. Way to put in the effort for the joke. Yeah, since it was the winning deck list, the winning deck list of each week has its rare / mythics in the main suspended if they've been suspended multiple times in a season. Then that means that the rare / mythic gets banned, as was the case with Sky Strike Officer. But as for the other rare, what was that other rare, Jayfish?
Yes, the other rare was Urza, Prince of Place.
Prince of Krug.
Prince of Krug?
Yeah. We can see one of the rares that we brought in its place to Fury, since this deck tends to draw a lot of cards. I see you're stuck on land.
Oh, land.
Yeah, Scrapbook Butt will get you there, I'm sure.
The more I look at these energy reflectors, the more I'm positive Ned Bob cited these out in my matchup against me.
Why are you saying that?
I did not see a single one of these in games 2 and 3. There's no way they stayed in.
Well, let's go in. Down to 2 life for you. Still no land, really? Oh, there we go.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, okay. Good to draw a card, though. Oh, and I drew it. Sorry. Well, there we go. Not the best showcase for the deck since you were stuck on 2 lands for the majority of it.
It honestly kind of is, because, like, look how close that was. If I just found a land earlier to, also, I only drew that machine over matter that turn. But if I had it earlier, it could have been completely different.
If you had it earlier, I had Gaia's Gift in hand, so, and I had mana open except for that turn, so. Anyways, based off the fact you have machine over matter, probably do not want this. Let's see. Definitely want to bring in these guys. Side out that, and probably side out. One of you. I don't know. I think I might just take out the Audacity from the deck. I feel like I sideboarded out every single game for the Obstinate Baloths. Yeah, I'll keep this.
You should have that Audacity now.
So I could put it on your thing? Wait, is it enchant creature or eye control? No, it's just enchant creature. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's right. You have Mightstone's animation. Okay.
Do have Mightstone's animation, but what I wanted to do was this.
Interesting. Well, let's play Baloth. No, I don't want to trade with Scrapwork, so I'll leave Opportunist back. Oh, 2 Thopter Mechanics, huh? That's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Let's play an Obstinate Baloth. Let's go. Double Baloth. Okay. Mightstone on the statue? No. Interesting. Talk to me about your thought process there, Jayfish.
Yeah, so my thought process is if you kill the statue, I won't have a statue, but if you kill this Power Stone, I just won't have a Power Stone. So I feel like that was a little bit better to put it on.
I would agree with that. It was a well done play. Well, let's attack with 4 force. If you want to trade, you get to trade.
I think let's just go try to trade one.
Okay. Makes sense. Your Thopter mechanic is just going to keep on getting progressively bigger and bigger, so. Swinging in for 2, huh? Well, I know I'm doing this for sure. And let's do that. You can bounce it back to your hand, but it does reset the counters on it. So it's less of a threat. With the life gain I gained from the obstinate Balos, I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot. Especially since you're less likely to have another machine over matter. But if you do, that's fine.
And I think I'd let that one go because he's still blocked pretty efficiently.
Right. Yeah, if you want to trade Scrapwork Mutts, we can trade Scrapwork Mutts.
You can have a pop.
Okay. Yeah, and it makes sense. Like, your Scrapwork Mutt is doing a good job of blocking my Opportunist, so.
Take 1 damage.
Oh no.
Might as well get in for 2.
Oh no. In 12 turns, I'll be dead. At this point, I attack with Opportunist. Then I'll play Boulder Branch. That's a good one. Was hoping to hit face with these, but forced to use that Excavation Explosion on your Iconoclast. Yep. Well, let's bring up the full-on Boulder Branch Golems. I feel the Boulder Branch Golems are going to be a hard card for you to deal. Okay, sure, you can do that. Whatever. I still gain 6.
Why could I not sticker?
What'd you say?
I was about to say, why couldn't I kicker that?
It's not kicker, it's an ETB. Let's play another one.
Does Dragonic give trample or just fire breathing and flying?
Just fire breathing, flying, and +1/+1. Which one's the one that doesn't have? That one. Okay.
Yeah, the two that are paired up don't have them.
If you do have bounce, that's fine. I gain 6 more life. I should have attacked with the scrapwork, but like force you to use the levitating statue.
I mean, yeah, but it would have just been blocked by the statue.
Right. But you know. Okay. I was like, oh, now I'll use my Titania's command, but no. I can just do this. Okay. Good game.
Yeah.
So I had a better showing in this video than I did Curiosity last week. Anyways, what are your overall thoughts on... Oh, then let me bring up the deck. But what are your overall thoughts on red-green? Oh my god, what is going on here?
Oh no, let me pull up your list though. Well, your old list. I don't have your new one.
Okay, my sideboard was like all scrambled. Why is my sideboard scrambled?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I've seen it do that a few times also.
Okay. Like, it's Austin of Baloth and Rest Goliath are the only two cards that show. The rest are like these like weird things. Anyways. Yeah.
So I know you mentioned you don't like Audacity.
Yeah, I feel like no, wait, I don't feel like it. I do cite it out every single game for Austin and Baloth. I mean, Austin Baloth's a 4/4 that gains 4. Like, with all the life gain in this deck, that adds up.
I don't know. I mean, I like it. I like the trample because like you can go tall pretty easily, but getting over chump blockers is something you might struggle with sometimes.
Yeah, I feel game 1 it's fine, but then I don't know. I'll have to put some more thought into that. But it is something.
What about Seraph Steelseeker? I know you were pretty big on that one early on in the season.
Do I run enough artifacts for that? Let's see. I run the 3 Scrapworks, 3 Argothian Opportunists, 3 Excavation Explosions, 3 Boulder Branch Golems, and a Simian Simulacrum. So that's 13. That would be enough for it, but does it provide enough of a boost to the deck? It's not a very aggressive card now, is it? And I don't really ramp too much. I mean, I have the 3 Boulder Branch Golems, but like I can drop them down at 4 mana, so it's not like they're expensive.
Yeah.
So I don't know on that. Mask of the Jade Crafter is another possibility, I think. Mask of the Jade Crafter is a great card since it can create 2 pretty sizable creatures. And this deck has a decent amount of Power Stone ramp available between the Argothians and the Excavation Explosions, so that could be a consideration. And I can keep the Obstinance in the sideboard for when I do need life gain. I don't know. Something to consider.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'd say this list looks pretty sweet.
No. Yeah.
Like, you're going to struggle against, like, Soldier is the best deck. Like,
but then what doesn't struggle against Soldiers, right?
I like to say Soldiers, but the Soldier mirrors are too taxing on my brain.
Right. I mean, Blue-Black does a pretty good job against the Soldiers list from what I've seen. It tends to win more often than not. Yeah. So if having this deck lose against Soldiers is not a big deal. It does. I did also lose to White-Black, Merkin's White-Black list, although it was some pretty close games. It was a 2-1 with the games, being down to the wire there. I think the last match we had was like a turn away from victory for either one of us, so. But yeah, White-Black can also cause it trouble, and considering White-Black's probably, like the 3rd best deck in the format, and that's something to consider. But still, I think this deck is significantly better since I added the Argothian sprites instead of the Sigil Stalwarts. I don't know what I was thinking there. I was trying to be cute, but it was stupid of me to bring in just the 1/1 for ones.
I mean, if you play Howling Mind, boom, you got a synergy.
That's right, you and your Howling Mind Sigil Stalwart tech. Anyways,
hey, all I'm saying is you draw 2 cards a turn.
Yep, all it cost me is my actual rares, my Draconic Destiny, my Simian Simulacrum, which. Oof. Anyways, any other comments you have to make on the deck or any of the decks we played with?
I'm very interested to see what comes of Ned Bob's artifact list. Because we don't have a lot of time left, so hitting it with bans is almost impossible. Probably actually impossible, but again, I'm not the math guy.
Urza can be banned. It is possible. If Urza shows up week 8 in a winning deck list, then it will get banned. But yeah.
Yeah, but like, there's also plenty of like room building. Like we talked about what rares we'd swap out for. Like you got Blade Coil Serpent you could put in. You've got what are the other ones?
Artificer's Dragon. You mentioned.
Artificer's Dragon. That's like the only good jumpstart rare, and it's really good.
Yeah.
You got Warfare because you got a lot of artifact creatures. You might want to get rid of the mechanics if you go that route, but
right, yeah. And I mean, obviously the deck is playing Saheeli as like the other rare now that Sky Strike Officer's gone. Like, I don't think there's any question that Saheeli is the card to play. Which we did get to see any of Saheeli in our matches. Did you ever end up drawing her? Or
yeah, she and Teferi were both in that hand. I thought I got mana.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Especially why you would keep that hand then. 2 lands, your bombs, just and scrapwork mutts. But yeah, that's a good keep there. Just didn't end up panning out for you. Yeah. But yeah, I think Ned Bob's list will also have a better showing week 8 when Urza is unbanned. Just giving +2/+2 to all those artifacts is so good. Like it turns those like dinky little like 1/1 combat couriers into like 3/3s. Like, it's quite good.
Well, I turn them into free twos with my moments of defiance. It's a bad play.
Yeah. Yeah, what are you thinking about your blue black list? You thinking of keeping it as is, or because I think it could use a couple more creatures.
It could maybe use some more creatures. And like I said, I'm definitely interested in, again, I think it was Squealer who mentioned it, cutting Gix for Blade Foil Serpent.
Yeah,
But
Gix.
I also, I'm not going to play this list, at least next week for sure. I'm playing white, black, something until Recruitment Officer gets banned. Maybe white board.
Makes sense. Yeah, yeah. And if you're white blue, you can also actually both white blue and white black. You can ban Siege Veteran while you're at it as well. But yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to add, Jayfish, or are we good to move on to our little jitty?
Anything? No, I think we're good to go.
Okay, let's go and do it then. Do 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 next week
Now.
Okay. Good showing, Jayfish. See everybody next week. Bye.
See y'all.